Okay, so forgive the mess in the background here. I usually use a blur effect when I'm doing a lot of videos in this room. This is office two. I've got two offices in my house, and normally I do record videos on in office number one. As you guys are used to seeing, I have a different, camera angle and everything like that. But the main reason that I'm not doing that is because I don't want to wake up the baby. And that room and the bedroom are adjacent to each other, so I figured I'd just record in here. And I kind of like my setup. I got my King Bee 2 microphone, which if you haven't seen that review, go check it out. It's one of the best microphones you can get on the market. Honestly, to me, it is the best microphone you can get because I absolutely love this thing. But outside of that, I just want to give you guys a little bit of a channel update. So I've been pumping out a lot of content lately, from product reviews, video game reviews. I've also been doing a lot of reactions. I know a lot of people have been wondering why there's so many reactions on this channel. Some people may be turned off on it. I know a lot of, there's been, not a lot, but there's been a good number of people that, either unsubbed or they cut, support being patrons or channel members because they don't like reactions. And because a lot of people think reactions and reaction channels are lazy, low effort content. And I'll be honest, for the most part, a lot of reactions and reaction channels are lazy and low effort. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about that. There's a difference when I do it, and when a few other people do it, because when I do my reactions, not only am I doing a reaction to the episode in its full entirety, which, you don't have to watch that whole reaction, but I also, at the end of the reaction, I give a review, synopsis, and my general thoughts, and I try to make that lengthy because I want that to be, that's the bread and butter of the reaction. It's easy to just sit here and be like Pokemon, and be like, huh, oh, or like Susie Lou. It's not hard to do that. And you see that a lot of people that do that have blown up. I know people that have just jumped into doing reactions and blown up with their channels. Nothing wrong with that. You do what you do. At the end of the day, everyone has to do what they got to do. Everyone's got to eat, make money and take care of their responsibilities. You do what you got to do for that. So long as it's not hurting anyone, it's not illegal. I really can't really bitch about it. But I do reactions, which I've been doing reactions for years. I mean, a lot of you may be new to me in like the last few months, or you may have come around, when I was friends with Gamer Thumb TV. A lot of you have migrated from that, or from the Chillcast have come over to the channel. But if you go back to like 2016, when I actually first started this channel, I was doing reactions back then. And it was, I also didn't have focus with the channel and what I was doing, but I did do reactions back then, and it's not new. I'm doing more of it because it's a way for me to, and authentically watch something. It gives me time, and I also get to capture my thoughts raw in the moment, and I have fun with it. So if you're wondering why there are more reaction videos, it's just because there's that. There's other thing I kind of want to address is, when for whatever reason now we're having a lot of I'm assuming it's bots, but every time I upload a video, I seem to get anywhere from and this is within seconds to minutes, I can get anywhere from 40, 50 to 300 or more dislikes with only 3 to 4 views. And I don't know who's doing it. I don't know. I made a community poll or post, and I talked about that. And it is something that I do find interesting. I don't really find it annoying, but because YouTube keeps changing things, like they hit the dislike button, I don't care if people dislike my stuff. It is engagement at the end of the day, but it's kind of interesting because there's talks that YouTube is shifting the with dislikes, aside from just hiding them, but if your video is mass downvoted or disliked, it could potentially negatively impact your channel, and your videos may not show much, which is interesting because I've noticed a trend when I do reactions, or if I do videos on King of Fighters, those videos do very, very well. or if I do certain titles like Xenoblade, or if I talk about certain things, they do very well. Whenever I do a tech video, if I do a video on a monitor, or usually, headsets or any, peripheral, they do well. But there have been instances like recently where, like, I did the video for the King B2, and it didn't do very well. And it's strange because it should have done well, because I have not done a microphone video that hasn't done well. And within that being uploaded within 2 to 3 minutes, it had like 100 plus downvotes, which is weird. So I don't really know what's going on with YouTube. I know they're doing some adjustments to the algorithm, and it's very odd. So if you watched that video, if you enjoyed it, I know it's very long. It's about 24 minutes long, but it's a very in-depth review where I'm talking about just about everything about this microphone, because I think it deserves to have that type of attention added to it. But yeah, if you see it and you enjoyed it, make sure you like the video, share it with someone you think would enjoy it. Outside of that, there's something else I wanted to talk about. I think it was when I talked about the reactions, I talked about the download. Okay, so here we go. So this is something, because I continue to get advice like this from people. More often than not, it's unsolicited, but it's advice to make multiple channels. And I've gotten this within the last few months from a lot of people. And a lot of people are saying, like, have one channel for tech, one channel for gaming, one channel for reactions, one channel for shorts, one channel for this. I could do that. Maybe, honestly, I mean, when you think about a lot of channels, you think about channels that blow up and they typically stick to one niche. Like, look at the Nintendo Switch. How many millions and millions and millions of Nintendo channels are there out there, right? Or Switch channels. Or you got your FGC channels where they only do FGC stuff. Like, there are channels that just do KOF, just do Street Fighter. You got channels that just do reactions, just do tech, just do podcasts. And I will say this. The reason I don't make multiple channels is because, one, I don't have the time to try and manage between X amount of different channels. I don't, guys. Like, honestly, I do full, this is my job, full-time, making content. Not only just YouTube content, my podcast. My podcast is my main revenue outlet. It's how I live. It's mainly what I live off of full time, between endorsements, sponsorships, and partnerships that I have for the podcast. I live off of that. I pay my bills with that. YouTube is the second largest platform I have, but compared to what I have on as a podcast, where I'm reaching hundreds of thousands of people every single month, if not millions, during usually the holidays or when I get a really big guest, such as a voice actor or celebrity, the YouTube pales in comparison to that. So I do YouTube. One, it's a creative outlet for me. It's a canvas I like to paint, whatever I want to paint on it. I make tech videos. I make gaming videos, reactions, all that. And here's the thing. I'm going to continue to put everything on one channel. Now, I have playlists. If you go to the homepage, everything's compartmentalized to various sections. And that's just how it's going to be. I'm not going to make multiple channels. I'm not going to spread myself thin doing that. Yeah, I could probably have gotten more than where I'm at now. I think at the time of this recording, I'm at 13,270 subscribers. Now, I could have way more than that if I stuck with one particular genre, but I'm a very multifaceted person. And because that and my ADHD and just how quickly I get bored of things, if I were to just do one thing, I would get bored of it. And honestly, it makes me think, if I were to go down that route, I should have just stayed in IT. I mean, I was making six figures as a senior systems analyst and a senior business analyst as well. Um, just doing one thing. And I was bored. I was doing that for years, right? I don't want to do that. And I understand there's some channels that make content, and they've been on this platform for years and they barely made to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. They've been on it for 10 years or so, or close to 10 years. And a lot of them, on a personal level, a lot of people I know that have done that don't see this as a viable for them, career field. I see it as it's another outlet for me. I put everything on one channel. And here's the behind the scenes look at that too. When I work with companies, I work with PR for various companies. They don't like looking, and this is also a little insider tip for any content creator that looks at this. They do not like looking at multiple channels. When you make a media kit, which is pretty much you having like, this are your stats, this is what you do, this is who you are, this is your social media, this is the activations or companies you worked with. When they're looking at that, they want everything concise. So if you go to my homepage and you look at my channel, you will see I have everything categorized from podcasts, reviews, hardware reviews, reactions, and it goes, right? Because PR people are probably going to look, it's either going to be surface level, or they're going to look and see, what have you done? What are you, what is your audience? And when you're just catering to one audience, you're kind of limiting yourself to only so much capital. When you're reaching many, like I average 70 to 100 plus 200,000 views a month with this channel. And you may look at it like, oh, you only have 13,000 subscribers. And a lot of people like to look at that as like, oh, you're small, you're this, you're that. Honestly, if you really understood how YouTube work, numbers don't mean really a goddamn thing. They're nice, they're cute. They're like little trinkets, and yeah, you can get a plaque to say, hey, I've got 100,000, 500,000, 1 million. That's cute, right? But the business side of content creating doesn't really care about the numbers. It doesn't at all, because there's way more that goes into it. And I've seen, and even had people in the community kind of sneak diss at me about my sub count, my view count. That's fine. You do what you do. I mean, if you want to sneak diss or say whatever you want to say, that's fine. I don't care, because at the end of the day, I'm still getting paid. I'm still living well. I'm still getting major, major opportunities. And you're where you're at. I'm not bothered by that. But it is interesting seeing how the business side is something a lot of people don't have any concept of at all. And I saw there's one of my friends who is public relations for Activision Blizzard, who covers she's covering the Call of Duty franchise. Now, she even put a tweet out about it, talking about the importance of creators understanding and knowing the business side of content creating, and how numbers are not that important. They're really not. It's cool. Like I said, numbers are cool. They're trinkets. They're not a measure of your success. Also, you can buy them. A lot of people do. You can actually look at a lot of channels and tell which ones do and don't. So it's kind of interesting when you see that aspect of it. And you see people go on and on about numbers. You see other creators go on and on about numbers. And it's just, I sit back and laugh at it, because I've had so many opportunities, or I've had so many situations where I've had creators that are much larger by the metric of subscribers or followers than me, and have no fucking clue who to talk to get a review copy or a review unit or this or that. These headphones right here, I didn't pay for. Astro sent them to me. This microphone, the King B2, I didn't pay for. It was sent to me. The webcam I'm using, I didn't pay for. It was sent to me. The laptop and the monitor I'm using, didn't pay for it. It was sent to me. Everything in this room, for the most part, minus the clothes and the baby stuff. Well, no, the baby stuff. I just started baby stuff in there. Well, it's sent to me. I really don't spend my own money on any of this stuff. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that companies have trust in me to produce a quality review. Maybe not a lot of people will watch it, but I do have a certain reach. If you listen to some of the ads on my podcast in audio format on the various platforms that it's on, that is where you'll see where my money comes from. YouTube is nice. It's cool. I like this growing. I'm putting a lot more effort into it. You've got almost daily uploads. But this idea that you need to have all these channels, and also you can go back and look at the podcast I did with my bro, Big Cheese KIT, because he said the same thing, and he has an agent. The same thing. Doesn't make any sense to have all these various channels for YouTube at all. It doesn't make sense. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about that because I know a lot of people have been wondering why there's so many variety of content. Well, I'm a variety content creator. I've always made that the case. I don't just do gaming. I don't just do tech. I have a variety of interests and I like to showcase them. So there's that. And this video, I don't know. It might get disliked, but more than likely it will. But it whatever. I just wanted to give like kind of a channel update, status update, and talk about it. There's a lot more stuff that's going to be coming down the road. A lot of cool things that I would like to share with you guys as it goes on in this year, because there's a lot of big things in the pipeline. I might be doing some major things, including some stuff with Dr. Disrespect. We'll see. Stay tuned. We do have Discord and we have Guilded, and they're active only in certain things, Genshin Impact primarily. I'm not that active in Discord or Guilded, mainly because I'm working. So to give an example of what a typical day is like for me, Monday through Friday, and in many aspects, Saturday and Sunday too, my day starts at typically 5:30, 5:45, 6 o'clock. Sometimes if I'm lucky, it starts at 6:45. And I'm up with my daughter, take the wife to work. And it's me and my daughter, who's almost one. All the way we're together all the way until probably 4, 5, 6 o'clock my time, right? So that's a 12-hour window, roughly. And then, because infants going into toddlers require so much attention, I don't have a lot of the bandwidth to be on social media like crazy. Like a lot of people I know, other creators, they hoard themselves out on Twitter, Instagram, and all that. I can't do that. I don't have the time for that. I'll post what I'm working on, and some people are like, oh, you're like a walking billboard. Well, there's a thing called deliverables that you have to do when you work with companies, and that's kind of one of the things I have to do. Just saying. So, I don't have a lot of time, and a lot of times when people message me on Discord or on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, I don't get back to people. Why? And it's mainly because I don't have the time to when I'm with my daughter. And here's the other thing. When I'm with my daughter, I'm with my daughter. That's father-daughter time. That's time. I've got 4 daughters. I'm 33. I think I'm 33, maybe 34. I don't know how old I am. I got 4 daughters. Not 8, 4. 4 daughters. 1 teenager. 1 about to become a teenager in a month. Another that's right behind to become a teenager within a year. And I've got this one, which is about to be 1. So I have to focus on my kids when I'm with them because that's something that, I didn't really have with my parents. That one-to-one time where the focus is on me. So that's, if I respond, I respond. If I don't, I don't. But my focus is on my kids. And then after that, I pick up my wife and I am doing family time because it's very important. Again, something I didn't have with my parents growing up, something I'm giving to my family now. And then when all that's done, typically 8, 9 o'clock at night, then I get to work on content. And I work on content until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I nap because I don't sleep. I nap. Having PTSD from being in the military can do that to you. I nap and get up and do it all over again. So I got that much time to do everything I'm doing. So, yeah. I'm not intentionally ignoring anyone or anything like that, but that's why. So, I just want to get that all out of the way. This is not going to be one of those like edited or anything. Like I'm literally just hitting recording, put my thoughts out there, and boom, that's that. So I just wanted to let you guys know. I appreciate those of you who have been rocking with me all this time. Those who have been rocking with me since 2016. Those who have come on over the years and months. And also, I want to thank those who are channel members and patrons because that helps tremendously too. Outside of what I make from the podcast, it helps here. It takes the strain off. I know I don't cover as many indie games hardly at all anymore like I used to, and it's just because it's pecking order. I now have, opportunities with the big companies, and so that's the shift of where I'm going when it comes to game coverage. I'm partnered with PlayStation. I'm one of the PlayStation partners. And that's a very select group of people that they actually partner when it comes to content creators. I'm working towards becoming a Nintendo brand ambassador. I have a very close relationship with that team over there. Microsoft, I have a relationship with them as well. Same thing with Capcom and Panda Namco and all these other companies. You've seen all the games I've done reviews for. So there's that. And I pride myself on making high quality content or content at the highest quality that I am capable to put out in the allotted time I have to work on stuff. And so if it's daily content, it's going to be daily content. If there's going to be droughts, there'll be droughts, but I'm making sure I don't have those droughts. So all that being said, just wanted to get that out there. Hope y'all are having a great one, having a long rest of your day, and that's all I got to say. See you on the next one. Peace.